Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So today I am going to be making this cute little lizard. And those are toes. Did you know that lizards have 5 toes? I'm going to put up a picture for you. We have these little guys all over our house. What an inspiration. Anyways, we're going to start off with these 25mm teardrop beads that I got from Michael's. And right now, all the beads at Michael's are 60% off for the entire week. It's an incredible deal. So if you're looking for beads, check them out. And no, I'm not sponsored by Michael's. And then we're going to have some 12mm beads. And we have 10mm beads. And 8mm. And 6mm. And we're going to be using some 4mm, the bicones. And then these are some teardrop beads that I got off Amazon, and they come in a variety of sizes in the package. And for the lizards, I use the largest 3. So the 15, the 12, the 8 are the ones that I use. And I'm sorry, my words are over that. And my camera keeps doing something funky since the update. But it's a decent pack of beads, and you save money over buying them individually. So it's a good deal. Those are Amazon, yeah. This is the wire that I've been using. Now, I bought this originally for trees, but it is very stiff, but perfect for making lizards and spiders. And I have a couple of other projects that are coming up that I'm going to use that wire for. And then the beadsmith, the most powerful tool in the world. It's maybe not the most powerful, but it is the greatest. Oh gosh. This thing is lovely. So to begin with, we're going to make some toes, and you're going to notice that I don't take the end through the hole in the beadsmith. And that's because I believe I had to make 19 lizards for Christmas for, kids and grandkids. So I had quite a bit of lizards to make, and I was really worried about wasting wire. And I had used all my scrap wire, so I was just being very careful about how much wire I was wasting. Hobby Lobby is an hour away, so quite a trip just to go buy wire. And these are 4mm bicones that I'm using. And these, I have I think I have 8 little girls. So this first one that we're doing is going to be a girly lizard. And you could use the pins that have the loops on them. I'm not sure what those are called, but I didn't have any that were stiff enough. So I was just making my own. sure did make a mess with all those little pieces that flew off though. The next one that I'm going to be making, and I have the video recorded, it's of a Christmas colored lizard. And these are my favorite Christmas colors. And I think this one is for me. All right, got a bunch done. I'm gonna go grab my notes over here so I can tell you. So the wires for these, typically you would cut about 2 inches of wire if you were just not going to use the long pieces. And the reason that I used the long pieces was, once again, just to save on wire. I know that doesn't make a lot of sense, but you know, each of those little 1/4 inches that you end up having to pop off when you're cutting, let's say that you did a 2 inch, and these are only just over 1 inch long, with the loops, the beads, you know, it just all adds up, and I did not want to have to run to town for more wire, so I was just being very careful. So what I'm end up clipping off with the looper, doing it this way, is about 1/8 of an inch. But making the toes is, because you have to have 16 toes pre-made. And I think that took the longest out of this whole process, was just getting the toes done. But you'll notice when I put it in how I just put it over that lip of the clipper. It's a little bit challenging with the longer wires to do that, but so you can see me sometimes getting off camera and trying to get everything lined up just perfect. Like right now. So this is about 7 inches, and that is a good place to start for your body. That will give you plenty of room if you use the exact same beads that I use. If you use different beads, then on different bead sizes, of course you can go larger or smaller. So you're going to pre-make this, and then you're going to pre-make the legs. And the legs are about 3.5 inches. And once again, I'm not taking the wire all the way through the hole on the looper. I'm just taking it right over that cutting edge. And I don't think it loops as perfect doing it that way. But I do have my needle nose pliers that I can kind of tweak things with. So I'm going to start with a regular bead cap here. And this is a larger bead cap. I think it's an 8 or a 10. And I apologize, I did not look. I will put it in the description though. And then these are 25 millimeter teardrop beads that have the hole through them. And I got those at Michael's. Oh my gosh. What a find, because they make perfect lizard heads. And so instead of using bead caps on this one, I'm going to use the flowers because, like I said, I'm trying to make these a little more girly. And I got these on Amazon too. They come in I think they're a variety pack, but somebody might have them in specific colors if you wanted to use those. So a bead cap right after my teardrop. And then another bead cap just to kind of encase it. And then we're going to put on 2 legs. And then another bead cap, which is not a bead cap, it's the flower. And then we're going to put on 3 12 millimeter beads. And these are those lampwork beads. I didn't buy them, they were gifted to me. So I know I've found them on Amazon, and they're actually a lot cheaper there than they are Michael's or Hobby Lobby. But they're the ones with the roses, so they're so perfect for little girls. So then another flower bead. And then a 10 millimeter bead. Another flower bead. And then we're going to go with the largest teardrop bead, which was the 15 millimeter out of the set. So I know I said the first one's a teardrop, the large one, 25 millimeter. Different shapes, but that's what they call them. And that was the 10 millimeter. No, 12 millimeter. And then the next size down was the 8, I believe. Yeah, the 8 millimeter. And then we are going to use a 6 millimeter bead. And then we are going to put on an 8 millimeter bead. And I just chose the light pink. I'm very disappointed in the pink beads because they're so light that unless they're against something that's clear, you can't even tell they're pink. And then these really cool flower caps that I found on Amazon, they are perfect for the tail. And they fit really well over those 8 millimeter beads. Nice and snug. And then you just go around and you push those little ends right over that 8 millimeter bead, and it just kind of holds everything in place. It's just, I couldn't have found a more perfect tail. These are awesome, and they come in a variety of colors. And I'll link those in the description too. Those are really cool. That was an awesome find. So one thing that you're doing here is you're tightening that up, but what you want to do is tighten it up enough as that the body is actually tight. So you don't have a lot of wiggle room between the beads and the wires. So over here, I'm always going to start with a 4mm bicone or round bead. And then I'll put on one of those flower beads. And I bought a variety pack of those, so it was really, I was struggling to go through them and find all the same colors. And then this is the 12mm teardrop, so it's the second largest. And then another flower. And then we're going to go with the 6mm. Another flower, and then we're going to go with an 8mm. And now it's time for the toes. So you put on 4, and then you're going to bead on 3 beads. And I'm sorry, the dark pink beads are not in the video. But I was trying to stay close so that you could see what I was doing. You're going to see I put them on in the wrong order here. Start with the same color that you have for the bead if you're doing gradient. What you want to do is tighten that one up too, so you get your whole leg nice and tight. And we're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. So that one is a 6. And then you're going to do an 8. And then you're going to put on your toes. Then your final beads. And just get it as tight as you can. And then you can finish tightening it up with your needle nose pliers. And that's the 4mm. And so for the back legs, I'm going to make them a little more muscular looking. So I'm going to do the 15mm teardrop in the back. And then we go with the 6. So the front and back are exactly the same, except for the teardrops on the front legs are the 12mm, and on the back are the 15mm. And we'll do the 8mm here. And then the toes. I'm doing another video, and I'm going to show you in the next video. I'm going to do a Christmas lizard. So I will show you how to stiffen up the legs so that they're not floppy. And just what I do. And if you have a better idea, you could just let me know. It's all about learning. Learning how to do this lizard. It's a lot of trial and error. But I think I got it down. I think it looks pretty good. I had big plans for those flower beads that just never came to fruition. Maybe later this winter when I get bored, I can find something else to do with them. But for now, they really are working very well for bead caps. I have, I think I ordered 6 or 8 sets of those, so I have plenty. But they've just been sitting there waiting for a project for months and months. So this is a good project for them. And they'll make some little girls very happy. So while I'm just kind of working on these legs, I did want to give a shout out to my friend Marianne, who has MSJ Crafts Boutique, a YouTube channel, and an Etsy. And I know that a lot of you know that she took a little spill, and it was a big spill, and she hurt her hands pretty badly. Anyways, she's on the mend, and hopefully she'll be back with us soon. I know that we're all sending her prayers and our love and, you know, the best well wishes. Anyways, so she's got over 1,000 videos, so if you haven't seen her videos, go check them out on her channel. She taught me everything I know. So we're almost finished. Don't forget to bend the legs. I'm going to have a quick video of that at the end. But we do need to glue it. And I will be showing you how to do that on the next video. So here we go with the little legs bent. Looking more like a lizard. Thanks for watching, guys. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.